welcome to the central area of the Black Shroud. Let's have a look at the map. Doesn't that look lovely? That is kind of how this entire region works. It is just lots and lots and lots of corridors. If we carry on up through to this direction, it just continues to be a complete mess. Yeah, you got crystals in here and there, and you can do quick teleports. I mean, you got a hamlet down there, which is just a nightmare. But I think this was the biggest reason the game had a large number of people complaining. And to be honest, I can see what they were saying. Because this is just... I mean, yeah, it does the entire idea of keeping your areas separated. Like, obviously, that's one region. And that's going to be your streaming section for changing regions. This is going to be a streaming region hub. So you could go down in this direction, which then goes up in that way, and that way, and that way. Then you have all the way over here, which is your central region. Again, you've got your long pass. And then you get to your southern region. And then you have your region in over this way. So, I've been trying to work out the best way of trying to go through this, because obviously you've kind of only got one point of access to each region. So I think what I'm going to do is, as I'm here, I'm going to split off and have a look in this direction and try not to spend too much time there. I mean, there is lots of interesting little things in the areas, but because the way the map works, I really can't tell you where they are, because it all looks the same to me. Yes, there's little points on the map that you can go, oh, that's near something, but you can't remember in what direction it was in, which is a complete nightmare. And you basically end up that you feel like that you're just running along lots and lots of corridors. It does make me wonder if, you know, they would have been better served making this town underground with this design philosophy. But I think they wanted to push the entire idea of, you know, Yudar's all woody, Lenorska is all an island on itself, so we haven't really got a foresty area, so let's do something like that. But they just made an entire block of maze systems, and there is an added complication that you have with all of this. Well, yeah, you know, the fact that you end up going through caves that are not on the map is epic. Because if they'd been able to indicate that on the map, it would have made a lot more sense, and you'd be able to get more bearings on where you're going. Okay, where are you? There. But the other issue that they had with this place is, I loved it in Thanalan, that, you know, the map had depth, as in you had bits that went under and you had bits that went over. Well, yeah, they copied that idea, because if you notice on the mini-map, there is a light green and a dark green on the map, and I'm now following the light green, so I'm now actually gone up to another section. And that's kind of the navigation corridor, and you kind of peel off, and then you have like areas like this every once in a while where they just obviously cleared an area out so they could have a location for you to do quests or instanced fights and generally things like that. Because obviously some of the things that you need to do are quite large. Could be quite large combat arenas. They followed the same sort of principle as some of the duties that you find in 2.0, where you go to one bit that's instanced and then you gotta go through a section and clear out an entire area in what would be classed as the duty in the modern game. No, not that way. As we're up here, no, that's part of Central. Let's not get distracted. We'll come back that way. That's what I'll do. That's how I compromise. Yes. Boing. Man, I wish I could get the Chocobo working. That would be fantastic right now. There is a... is it up that I need to go? No. Yes? The map's kind of saying that way. Oh, do you loop back on yourself or something? No, I remember. Takes me a while. It's been 7 or 8 years since I've been floating around in this area. We do have to go up. Dun, dun, dun. So, let's head back up this way. And that is kind of the entire problem with this entire region, is you can just go the wrong way so easily. It is unbelievable. So we go up here and then we go across here and we come down over there to carry on the path. That's right. Wow, what a headache. So let's get this motor going. This is also the reason why I keep checking the map so often. It's just... I mean, when you look at this zone, you can definitely see why they got criticised for copying pasting. It's just corridors. I'm dreading going into that. I know I've done it before, because if I remember, I had to get 2 touch 2 of these Zodiac shrines, and I think 2 of them were in this zone, and I'm sure that took me an afternoon, because they just put lots of high level mobs, so I had to Metal Gear Solid it, but you didn't have the equivalent of a cardboard box. Okay, so obviously we're now in one of the streaming loading areas where it's now unloading the rest of the region that I was in and loading the new. I really do wonder, you know, what sort of PC they used as a benchmark to work out exactly how long these sections needed to be for the worst possible setup of hardware to be able to do it. Because, you know, obviously technology gets better and better, but they'd have to code this thing to be able to work on a base minimum specification. So, geez, what on earth was they thinking was going to be the minimum spec for running it? I mean, 8 years ago, yeah, PlayStation 3 SATA was available, which means that if they was basing it on a PlayStation 3 hard disk read-write speed, they're definitely going to be looking at about 50 meg per second. So I do wonder if these corridors had to be this long. I mean, I'm doing it overkill because right now it's all installed and running off of an SSD, so we have instantaneous access. So I think we're going to go to the camp, go to the inn, visit the water. Yeah, we'll have a look in this central area here. But I'm not probably going to go all the way up to there, and I'm probably not going to go all the way up to there. This area just here kind of looks the most unique out of this entire mess. So, have I got to go up? No, haven't got to go up. Yay. Got to go down and through. But yeah, I mean, if you look at the quality that was put into Yadar, I mean, that's kind of why I started this series with Yadar. It gives the best overall impression in regards to the game. And I knew that I was going to have to tackle this one at some point. And this is the worst impression that you can get from the region design that they followed. But that's why I wanted to do Luminasa next time. That way I can go, oh, thank God I've got the Black Shroud out the way. But the thing that you gotta take into account is when Final Fantasy 1.0 did its alpha, basically what they did is they gave you, the player, I think it was a level 15 or level I think it was level 15 at first, level cap, and they gave you Lenorsica, the central area and the town. So obviously at a very early stage that section had to be done. Now logically, because of the sea, they would have instantly started work on Yadar, and sort of it just feels like the Black Shroud was the third region to get started, like they was building the entire game on the world map going from west through to east, but it kind of didn't work, and I feel like they got delayed or pressured and they just had to rush to get something ready for the Black Shroud, which is why you end up with this entire instance here. But yes, this is one of the camps. Atholite, as usual, would be sat about here. Yes, that kind of worked. Oh, I'm so gonna be glad to get a shot of this region. So let's carry on the tour of this location. As you can tell, I'm not enthused about this. If anyone's watching and they have questions in regards to this region, feel free to ask, so I'm going to be struggling. Pretty much all the mob types that you see in the Shroud in 2.0 was pretty much in this location, exactly the same. I mean, that's one of the weird things that I've been noticing when I've been playing Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn, is the mobs are exactly the same. It's probably one of the assets that they decided, oh, we can just use them with the skills that they've got. Because they have the same sort of attack patterns and everything like that. The only difference is they use more of the AoE based things on the player than what they used to in this one. But I think that's more in line with the way that they wanted to design the game. Okay, so we're coming across one of the few places where you could do a hamlet defense in this region, which would probably mean that the area that we're in would have been at least level 30. And this is the hamlet. This is one of the new additions, and as you can see, you know, it has a little bit of a different feel to what the Atholite camps are. Bit worrying, but hey ho. And it's obviously, you've got points of interest, a couple of ways in which you needed to guard to be able to do a defense of the location. Right, I've just come all this way and I've got to go all the way back. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Damn you. Yeah, I have. I got to go back to 9 Elves. So yeah, 9 Elves is Eastern. I think you can see in Eastern Shroud where they got all the hickledy-pickledy idea from once you get out of the camp to the east and north of the map, because it does kind of resemble what they did here. Is it going to be good for me to go up? Yes, it is going to be good for me to go up. Oh god, I hope I don't have to do the Shroud in 2 streams, because it's such a nightmare to navigate. That would just be depressing. So, here we go. We're cut straight through this location, going at a diagonal, because I want to get to a change of scenery, which is water. That is going to lead me there. Fantastic. Let's see. Yep, then we go through here. It's a nightmare. It seriously makes you wonder if you're actually going anywhere at all. Because you're looking at sort of the same things over and over. So you're constantly doubting yourself in regards to if you're going the right way. Huh. Uh-huh. Through here. There would have been a mini crystal just here to facilitate teleporting and home pointing. Around here we have more of the same. Ooh. See that tree just above the word PLP? Watch the textures behind the tree as I move the camera. Fun, huh? That is, you know, that's what makes me think the Shroud was rushed. The little things like that occur. Let's see if we can get over in that location now. Which I'm guessing is this way. Yes. Okay, we're doing well. And this way, we want this hole. Yep. And then cut across through here. And then we want that exit over there. This, yep. So if we follow this round, yeah, I see where I'm going. I would like to also point out that graphically I have the game on max, and in here, frame rate physics, extended drawing is on. So I should be getting an even higher draw distance than what is set in the configuration of the game as standard. Dun 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 dun, this song is in my head. Yet again, that bit there. Fun, huh? But yes, that's kind of the essence of the western side. Gonna have to... Can I get up to there from here? Yes, I can. If I continue north, go straight to the end, and then go left. Ah. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Okay, so we head round this direction. Just want to see if there's any red dots. There's that up there, but I know that isn't what I'm looking for. Oh, no, almost went the wrong way. I'm more watching the mini-map at the top right for navigation than looking at what my character's doing. Because I basically want to hug the outskirt of this little system here. Okay, and then as soon as we can, we want to go north. Which should be the next right. Gotta love it when people mix using compass commands with left and right. It just really doesn't help navigation. Because now the entire section changes. This section up here, whereas down there it was all rocky, now changes to this sort of location whereby the ground's gone and you've just got these trees that go down forever, and makes you wonder how the heck did that happen. And they kind of ramp up the verticality, because obviously I can be up there, which just adds to the confusion of navigating this location. Oh no, I wanted to keep going north. Bum, 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 bum. Keep going north for a while, because basically I think where there's a big gap inside is going to be where something interesting is, or at least I hope so, because visually they've made a point of, you know, making a huge gap in the zone, so be interesting what they made that gap for. Probably going to be better to go around this way. So in this region, basically you headed to the south and you got like the watery region. Oh, look at that. They just put a giant rock there. Okay. Let's keep going east. East is the right way to be going. Yes, east is the right way to be going. Dun, dun, dun. That's what they needed. More signage. They needed more signage. Is that going to be interesting? Place your bets. Oh, no. Yeah, it does kind of... It almost looks like you could go down there, but I think that would be a tad too much for me right now. So we go along here and hope I don't put myself somewhere silly that I then gotta spend about 15-20 minutes trying to work out how to get out of the pickle that I got myself into. I can't remember if there was a lore reason for why this section was so up and down in the air. I mean, where are we? Yeah, we're another big empty gap in the map, and yeah, as I thought, the empty bits are where they decided to make a void. Some people would argue that it was devoid of substance. That's about as good as I can get today in regards to cracking wise jokes. This place is just so depressing. Oh no, didn't need to go that way. That's adding about 30 to 50 steps that I don't need to do. And up we go. So, yeah. And across. Right, so if I... God, I hate this thing. Go up here. See, on the map, it like indicates that there's a really big tree in this direction. And I think it's lying. Yeah, it's lying. Wow, this place is a mess. I'm going to be saying that a lot. I mean, I have fantastic memories of La Nausicaa. I have fantastic memories of Thanalan. My memories of this area is of getting lost. And let's be honest, I think you can see why that is. Okay, we're above. Is it going to be really... I think I'm going to skip that section up there, because it's a nightmare to get around. So let's head in this general direction and start heading toward the central mess area. Really, chat? You really want me to have a look up there? Okay. There's a funny little gap in the middle. Let's go and have a detour. Just for you. Let me know when you spot something different to what's currently going on. Because to me, other than, you know, you've got this sort of stuff going on, it all looks the same to me. Hence why I'm looking at the map so often. I mean, you got a big gap coming up. Have they done anything with this big gap? Oh! They actually made a tree in the middle of it. How about that? That is one seriously old tree. Don't say I never bow to what the chat asks. There you go. We got to see a tree. Let's start heading back down toward the central shroud, because that's going to work out so much fun. I'm actually looking forward to a little bit in the central shroud, oddly. That's why I wanted to push in this direction, because I definitely knew that there wasn't really anything of great interest in regards to this location. But I do know Central Shroud has something interesting, which is going to gobsmack people. And especially those who are currently doing early story sections of Final Fantasy XIV 2.0, like the main story. I'll be going somewhere that you did an instance in. A dungeon raid. Thing is, as soon as I look at the map, and if you're eagle-eyed and can read my 1080 that's been resized to 720, you're instantly going to be able to name the place that we're going to be going to. But in the meantime, I now got to do one of these zone transition things, because we're at that point. Yay! Wow. Okay, so I did the central town in like 21 minutes. This section, which I basically ran around the bit that I've got on screen, that took 29 minutes. And we've got another 3 of these to do, maybe 4. It's where structure comes in. It would have been so much easier if you had more than one connective tissue between the regions, rather than just having this one connection just here. Like, if they'd put a bit up here that took you back to the central shroud, so I could... Oh, so that's why they did it in a Realm Reborn. No, I'm going the wrong way. Chat's going, so they quite like the fact that I'm running around this place as I am, but they think it's a nightmare that you're running around here, constantly looking at your map, and then you get jumped by a mob. Yeah, that would happen often. That would happen very, very often. I mean, those fungi thing had a lovely habit of putting you to sleep, if I remember. Okay, here we go. We're on the home stretch. Home stretch. Okay, so things to talk about in this location. Chat's just saying, if they'd started in Realm Reborn in the Shroud and it was like this, they probably wouldn't have played much of the game. Oddly enough, what a lot of people would do is end up working their way through the Shroud just by going straight south, and they would kind of technically move their home city to Yadar, because it was much more interesting, and just hope that they unlock the airship quest or get a Chocobo fairly rapid, so that they could negate the entire problem of actually going round the place. But we are officially back in Central Shroud, which is a good thing. I need to come at this at a specific way. Oh no. I've done it again, haven't I? I'm down here. I should have gone up here. Yes, I should have gone up there. I'm glad I cottoned on to that mistake fairly quickly.